All right, here we go. This week's episode of Put on the List. And with me, as always, is my co-host whose takes have been terrible lately, Francisco.
What's up? Fantastic takes. That's what they call me.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Failure Francisco.
Fantastic takes, Francisco. What do we got going on this week, man?
Dude, this week, once again, a ton of trailers, like a ton. Some really cool ones. I'm excited to talk to you about some of these because I think we got some opinions on these guys. Got some news. The SAG strike is over. Things are going to start ramping up real fast. We're going to talk about all the stuff that we're looking forward to. Some of that shit's going to start shooting like next week.
Let's get it.
We also review some stuff. One show in particular might end up in my personal top 5 of the year so far. I'm like, holy
wow.
Crap. Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. We also go back to the tent, see what those bakers are up to. Someone got kicked off. We're going to talk about that one. As every week, we just can't stop talking about Bake Off. And that's
right.
And to close it out, our double feature.
Sounds great, man.
What do you say?
I say, let's start the show. Andres, what's up, bro?
What's up?
Why are you starting? Like the second word out of your mouth was just noise. Like you want to start talking shit? What about my fantastic takes?
Dude, this is just the internet talking and people that listen.
I get props. I send you receipts. Be like, good job, man. I send you receipts, and all I get is this noise.
I wake up in the morning to just angry texts and questions. I'm like, what is wrong with that guy? So I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, anyways, I'm just not blinded. You guys are. I unplugged from the Matrix, and you guys are still plugged in.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Give us the Matrix any day because your world sucks.
I live free, dog.
Dude, you live in that dirty, nasty world.
The taste of freedom. You guys are like Cypher. Like you guys want that fake steak. Fuck that shit. I want the real shit.
Delicious.
I want the real stuff.
Anyways.
The real oatmeal.
Oh my God, disgusting. We'll talk about that later. All right, we should probably get started because we got a lot of trailers to get through.
Yeah. First up, man, we got everybody's favorite, Zack Snyder, Rebel Moon Part 1 on Netflix.
Yeah.
I at least they put Part 1. Mm-hmm. They got that from Dune, because people were hot after Dune came out and they didn't know it was going to be 2 parts. They're like, don't worry, guys. This is going to be better. And we're calling it Part 1. So you guys know you guys don't have to worry about when Part 2 comes out. Did you watch the trailer, sir?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. I didn't recognize any. I mean, halfway through the trailer, I recognized one guy. I didn't recognize any of the actors, which, whatever. But special effects looks good. There's just like a lot. There's a lot to take in.
There is. And this kind of went a little bit more into like the story, I think.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And at the very end, this is the thing. At the very end, I saw story by Zack Snyder, screenplay by Zack Snyder. And I was like, fuck. Yeah. Maybe I should do a pass on this one.
Just gonna straight pass?
Maybe. I don't know, man.
Oh, no, dude, man.
He has not. He's not been on a roll lately. I figured he was going to redeem himself going back into the zombie genre. I was like, okay.
That was okay.
If you can't at least get a decent / good entertaining zombie film.
It was entertaining. Didn't he make another one? He made the other one, right? Day of the what was the other one?
Dawn of the Dead was his awesome.
No, but
he did the goddamn zombies in Las Vegas.
Yeah, but he did a sequel to that or like a prequel to that. It was like about a robbery.
He didn't direct that one. No.
Oh, okay.
But still, like,
I thought it was okay. B movie.
I would call it.
B movies exist.
it's hard when it's a B movie with like an A+ budget. I'm like, come on, man. Anyways,
This guy.
here you go. You can watch this on
My
Christmas.
takes.
You can
Mr.
watch this on
Elitist over here.
Christmas. Yeah, that was December 22nd on Netflix. That's all you. There's your Christmas Eve for you. Let's move
Sounds
on.
great. I
You
can't
can let me
wait.
know. But you can't.
All the elbow room for me.
Yeah, I won't take up your fucking Netflix bandwidth on that one, buddy. What's next?
Next up, Orion and the Dark. The animated film Charlie Kaufman has penned in this adaptation. It doesn't come out till February 2nd.
Yeah, on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the trailer?
It looks dope. To me, it looked dope. I liked it. I like the theme of it, the story. Which, you know, if you have like anywhere between a toddler and an 8-year-old, this plays to them. So that's cool. I'm excited.
I think it looks really cool visually, and the story looks really interesting. And I was like, oh shit. And then I saw it was written by Charlie Kaufman, who wrote Being John Malkovich in Eternal Sunshine. I'm like, dude, that guy is out there.
Yeah.
What is he gonna do with this? So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm in just because of that alone. I'm like, if anything, it's gonna be interesting.
I kind of wish they hadn't shown us the light guy.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would have kept that without showing us in the trailer, because that would have been like a cool reveal in the movie.
Yeah. But I guess they're selling it. But yeah, I'm in. It looks really cool. An animated film, Netflix, February 2nd.
Yeah, man.
Orion and the Darkness. All right, what's the next one?
Next up, we got it's a little teaser just for a small movie from a small independent studio. Heard of it? Pixar, Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
Heard of it?
I didn't even know they were making a sequel to this.
Mm-hmm.
I think I actually remember reading about something a while ago, because when I was watching the show or the trailer, I'm like, those aren't the voices, because they replaced a couple of the voices. And I think I remember reading that they replaced the voices for this film that they were working on. I'm like, why did they do that? And now that it's out, I was like, oh, it's different. I don't. What were your thoughts?
Man, when it comes to sequels and classics, it's like you can either go like Toy Story and just like keep leveling up. They're like, you know, masterclass achieved, whatever, you know, or you can go Cars, and it's like, oh, I don't know, man. And like Inside Out is such a fantastic film.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, you kind of like, if you're not going to improve on it, you kind of just like, don't touch it, leave it alone.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of skeptical, you know, and I'm kind of worried, but we'll see, you know. I'm going to give it a shot.
Are you going to watch it in theaters?
Maybe, if somebody makes me go. Starts with Zenaida.
This feels like a Disney Plus thing for me, but I mean, I'm hoping it's amazing. But I don't know. And it seems like it's going to get a little deep. They introduce the character of anxiety for a kid. I'm like, oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
And that's the thing. Like, we went to Zenaida, made me go watch Elemental in the theaters, and she was kind of bored. It wasn't like a kid movie, you know, like, and this has more grown up themes. It's more like a teenager type thing, but teenagers don't watch these type of movies unless you make them. And I don't know, man. So it's gonna be interesting because I don't know if she's gonna. Is it funny? I'm gonna have to re-show her the first one. Be like, look, it's the second one. You know, so
you have to skip to the part where like the really cute dude doesn't make it through to the end. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know if she's ready for Oingo Boing or a Bongo.
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah. I gonna do that again.
Yeah, I don't even know if she's seen it actually.
We'll find out. All right. So there we go. June 14th, theaters. What's next?
Right around the corner. Next up, we got another one. Did we need it? Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Yeah, the sequel to Afterlife.
Afterlife, yeah.
Did you see Afterlife?
I eventually did, yeah.
Oh, okay. I liked it a lot.
You did?
I thought it punched way above its weight.
Wow. Wow.
Really?
You're cheating on the zombie movie, and then but this one you like?
After Life had
Wow.
all the right notes, the tone was there, and it was like a proper sequel. It felt good. It didn't like pander more than I was gonna pander like a ton.
Yeah.
This trailer though,
Pander to my pillow.
is
Go
that
to
what it
sleep,
was?
motherfucker. There's no ghost.
It was at the end. It got it.
At the end, exactly. It's called fucking Ghostbusters, not the End Busters. Get the fuck out of here.
All right,
And then fucking, and they totally misused. I don't know. I don't know what they're expecting, but I didn't like how they used Paul Rudd in that
no,
movie.
he was underused. But this one, they look like they're full on leaning into Paul Rudd for this one for the trailer.
Bro, just punch a bunch of holes in this movie, and you still like, oh yeah, fucking fuck Zack Snyder. I'm gonna skip it. This one's like, yeah, fuck yeah, fuck out of here.
Hey, they hit all the right feels, and it had a beginning and a middle of an end, unlike some other people's films. Anyways,
Yeah, but
what
the
did you
trailer was,
think?
man, I can't go wrong when I hear fucking Ecto 1 and fucking does a spin and like I'm in. Of course I'm gonna fucking watch it, but I'm like, did we need it? And then you saw some cameos, and you're like, oh shit. And it makes you curious. And but yeah, Paul Rudd's in it. I like Paul Rudd. I love Paul Rudd.
All right, moving on. What else
Moving on, Michelle Yeoh in The Brother's Son on Netflix, January 4th.
Yeah, thoughts?
She looks like some crazy kung fu kind of genre film. Is it a movie or a show?
I think it's a movie. November, January 4th.
I hope it's good. I hope it's good. That's the vibe I got. I don't know.
Did it feel a little generic to you?
Yeah, I felt like it's called The Brother's Son, but she's the badass because the sons look like whatever.
But son is spelled with S-U-N. So I'm curious what that. I don't know. We'll find out.
Well, I think that's their last name.
Oh, there you go.
The Brother's Son.
A dumbass. That makes sense.
And yeah, so yeah, and she's the mom, so she's protecting them, and I don't know against what, but it did feel generic. That's why I'm like, I hope it's good because I didn't get any story or enough plot to know what's up. I guess she's like a secret badass because they didn't know, like, mom. They were surprised when she was doing crazy shit.
Mom knows kung fu.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's about, but I'll probably give it a shot. See what happens.
Yeah, and it was only like a minute trailer. It was like a teaser thing, so we didn't get like a full on trailer. But it's coming out like in 2 months.
Soon.
January 9th, January 4th.
It's like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
Right around the corner.
All right, we got a couple more to get through.
Netflix, February 22nd. Avatar: The Last Airbender live action. Yeah.
Did you watch the original?
I love the cartoons.
Okay. What did you think? I did not. I've heard great things and I've never seen them.
I love the cartoons, dude, and it was so funny, dude. Shout out Dave. What's up, Dave? Me and him went to go watch the horrible
one.
Yeah, in the theater. And we just kept looking to each other like every 5 minutes, like, what? Like looking at each other like, what the fuck is this? So that one was horrible. This one, it looked okay. It looked okay. The costumes, the different tribes and stuff. I know that there was like some controversy about the casting of different nationalities and what actual race they were. And I get it, but I'm like, at the same time, you can't tell what they are in the cartoon. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, they said that people from the north in the water, are they Eskimo? Or are they just like, I don't know what they are, so I don't know. So that's like a side controversy. The way the trailer looked, it looked okay. And I love the cartoons, and I wish I can get Zenaida into watching them because I would rewatch them with her. They have a lot of heart and a lot of story, and it was really well written. So I would love to watch those with her. But this movie looks like it could be okay, but you never know, because when I read that when they started this, the people that created the show, the original creators, they stepped away. They're like they weren't agreeing with
Ooh,
whatever Netflix was pitching at them,
okay.
and they stepped away from this. So, and then they created their own studio, and now they're going to do their own thing. And I don't know if they have the licensing rights to their own thing now, but as far as I know, the original creators stepped away from this.
We will bring that when that shows up.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. That's usually not a good sign.
No, but we'll see what happens. Maybe they got it right. I don't know, but
It's a big title. It's a big important
Oh
thing. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? So
yeah. It's a lot of ground to cover too, story wise. I remember, and
yeah,
not cheap. And Netflix has it February 22nd. I'll check it
yeah,
out. I think I'm going to
yeah,
wait for you because you're familiar with it. I'm going to wait for you to tell me what's up, and then I'll probably jump
yeah,
into it.
yeah. I can't wait till I just like tell you everything. Pop, 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 pop. And then you jump in. I'm like, psych,
Hmm.
fuck you, Andres. That's what you get.
That
But
sounds just
anyways,
like you. All right.
all right. Next up, Dead Boy Detectives.
Yeah. I did not see this coming.
No,
What
I
did you think?
like it. It looks cool. I like the show. I like Sandman, the show on Netflix. And aesthetically, this looks cool. Looks like it could be fun. And I'm gonna give it a shot.
Me too. I think it looks like kind of cheeky, funny, not too serious. Here's the crazy
Mm-hmm.
shit. Apparently, this was originally made and developed for HBO because it's
Mm,
Warner Brothers property, but something happened and they sold it to Netflix, and now it's like officially part of like the Netflix Sandman universe. I'm like, it's probably a good call.
mm,
So, and then there we go. So they took a left turn into Netflixville, and it
mm.
looks cool. I think it's gonna be fun.
You know what's interesting is like because Warner's has been in the news for killing a movie and maybe potentially selling it now. The
Yeah,
Coyote movie,
yeah.
and it's like, man, these motherfuckers want to sell. Like, how much debt are they in? Like, they just want to make money. They're like, we don't give a shit. We're like, yeah, like like they're having a fire sale. I'm like, are we not gonna have HBO anymore? Like, it's like I'm kind of getting a little like, I love HBO. I
Like
hope,
National Geographic is gonna buy the rights to like Harry Potter. You're like, what? You know what I mean?
yeah. I'm like, are they pimping themselves out too much? Because like the DC stuff is on Amazon. All the DC stuff is on Amazon.
Yeah,
I
which
don't know
is
if you noticed
weird.
that shit.
Yeah, there's a new Batman thing coming on Amazon. Like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah. So they're releasing. They're like, here you go, have our best shit here. I'm like, damn, they must need some money, bro.
Maybe they should have settled with the actors and writers on day one, and they would have a lot more stuff. I don't know, man.
Bro,
Like,
I don't think this is about that.
no, it's not about
This is
that,
before the.
but that's going to compound on the issues that they already have. If they're trying to sell what they can now, they're not going to have the stuff to sell later.
I wonder what it was that. What was the thing that fucked them? That was like, because I guess it was like ever since they merged or
Yeah,
they merged with AT&T, or they sold.
they were bought by AT&T or something, and then they merged Discovery,
Yeah, and AT&T fudged it.
and
Fucking AT&T.
they kind of like lost their brand identity. Dude, when they changed the name from HBO to Max, I'm like, how? Why would you do that? You bought like this 30,
Yeah, I think they were
40,
already fucked by then.
like you bought this brand that's like world renowned for like decades and decades and decades. You're like, let's change the name. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Like, what did you do? Why did you buy it?
Yeah, and I still think it's the best app.
You don't get
Even
any.
though it's called Max, I'm like, I still love HBO or Max or whatever. Like, it has a lot, and like now it has basketball, it has sports. Psh, sign me up. But anyways, I
It's
am
pretty
signed up.
wild. But
Moving on.
here's a take. Here's a take.
Uh huh.
I just realized 5 of the 7 trailers we just reviewed are all for Netflix.
Imagine that. Guess
Netflix
who's
is.
on top?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious, but
They're on top.
that is an interesting thing. Like that's a lot.
We still make. They're like, we still making shit, bitch. And everybody else is like, you're, you know, like, and people, everybody's why are people still selling their stuff to Netflix? Like Suits, like a few months ago, Suits is a NBC Universal thing, and like, dude, it blew. It's like the most watched show ever now, and
It's
like
crazy.
they're gonna revive it. They're gonna make another season of it on Netflix.
Crazy.
What the fuck? And then like as soon as you put like a B or like a garbage movie on Netflix, it's like number one. And it's like, wait a minute, we all know that shit's garbage. Why are people watching Safe House? The fuck? It was horrible.
Did you hear that they had apparently a deal, like they wanted to have like a new movie every week or so?
Yeah.
And I was
I
like,
remember that.
And they realized like that's too much because you're gonna get a bunch of safe houses. It's like a one and done kind of thing. So they're trying to back down the number of films. I think like one a month, one good big film a month is plenty. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna watch it, and that you lose your brand integrity. I think if you get watered down with all this other stuff, like what is that? What is that? What is that? Like, do you want to watch a Netflix movie on Netflix? Was it made by Netflix? Oh, I don't know about this shit.
I don't know, bro. I think Netflix is the only one that's making money right now. The rest of the studios are all like fucked. Disney's fucked. You know, they can't. You know, their Marvel shit is trash.
Disney even said that
Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
it's all trash.
I think that the thing that Disney has in its back pocket is their attractions, like their theme parks, like those things make money. I didn't realize how big of a chunk of their profits every year come directly from the parks. I'm like, you look at those numbers, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like it's no joke. There's a reason you're paying $10 for a churro or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But anyways,
give me that funnel cake, son.
All right, we should get into some news. We say we talk about some news because we've been talking about the news for the last fucking 5 minutes. Which idiots.
Yeah. You're welcome. All right, man. Fire away, bro.
The SAG strike.
News.
Here we go. News. The SAG strike is over. Theoretically. It still has to be voted on and ratified, I believe, by the members, but it's basically over. I do not understand any of the fine details, like the AI stuff. I'm super curious what that even means. I heard some people were really upset about the language of it. Like it's not successfully protecting everyone as they want it to, but I have no idea. It's so convoluted. I am staying out of that one. It'll shake out in the next couple of years. But have you seen the number of films that are going to get right back into production like immediately? Like Deadpool is supposed to start shooting within a couple of days, I think.
Yeah.
If not already. You had all the actors just ready to go because the crews, the writers, everyone was done. Like just they're just waiting. As soon as you hit go, Ryan Reynolds walks out of his trailer. You know what I mean? And they keep going again. So you got Deadpool going. You got Gladiator 2 apparently is one of the big productions overseas. Beetlejuice 2 apparently is almost done filming. Venom 3 was almost done filming. So they get to wrap all these up probably by the end of the year. And then we got Stranger Things is going to start shooting really soon. There's an Alien show. They're trying to get all this shit. All this stuff is going to start ramping up right now. It's not going to come out until like 2025 though. But they're cranking on them.
I wonder how slow a year you think 2024 is going to be.
It's hard to predict. Like,
and who knows how much shit they got in their back pocket.
We're
still watching trailers and shit. Like they're like,
they held back Dune, and there's quite a few things showing up. So we'll see. I think I think there's going to be more animated content that's going to be catching our eye because of the lack of live action content.
Yeah, and you think like, okay, so there's a big opportunity for say something like Dune, where there's not going to be like like a ton of competition there. You think you can have another Barbenheimer event or something like that, where like something like it's going to be a sci-fi spectacle, but it's going to be goddamn 3 hours. You think it could make, another 800, 900, $1 billion?
I think Dune's going to have like a 2-month run in IMAX theaters, and I think it's going to do really well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be visually awesome. So I don't. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see
You know,
soon.
Dune to me right now is like I'm like a sailor at sea right now, and I've been away for months, and it's like a fucking what do they call a siren calling me to the thing, and he's like a sexy
Just
mermaid. It's a sexy mermaid, and he's like, "Come here, come to me," and I'm like, "Ay, ahí te voy, mija, no te preocupes, I'll be right there," you know. And then she's singing to me. I can't wait till I land on planet Dune 2, my Arrakis, House
yeah.
Atreides.
See, it's not gonna be a heavy one, but it's gonna be a fucking fun one.
It's gonna be a badass one.
Be badass.
Badass.
But yeah, so that they now they have these deals done. They have actual dates now firmly set for a lot of these films. They all push back, like the Marvel films, like the new Captain America got pushed back till 2025 February.
Yeah.
They pulled everything from next year. They pushed
Yeah.
everything to 2025, which is crazy. Probably good for them because they need a little bit of a reset over at the Marvel. I don't know if you've been hearing about that.
Yeah.
Blade.
No Marvel movies in 2024.
Blade has been delayed by another year or something.
That's
that makes
mega sadness.
So it's like what, delayed by 4 years total right now at this point? Man.
Yeah.
Um
Blade delayed.
The Thunderbolts has been pushed back from next year too till like summer of next year. That should be a fun one.
Fuck the Thunderbolts.
Really?
I didn't care.
I think it's gonna be a fun.
Who's the Thunderbolts? Who's on the Thunderbolts? All the people that were on the
like
shows.
The supporting. No, it's like the supporting, like David Harbour, Bucky, Yelena.
Oh,
Ghost from she's gonna be one of the leading characters. I'm like, that's cool. So we'll see. I think it's gonna be fun.
A little pew pew.
They're gonna little pew pew action. And Julia Louis-Dreyfus is gonna be like the anti Nick Fury. Yeah,
the exactly. Amanda Waller.
Exactly. So I think it should be fun. That's gonna be a while. Holy shit, like a year and a half. All right.
Yeah.
Next one. What else we got in the news? This is yours. You were happy.
All right. Well, after people are done with Dune, the Dune trio are going to reunite for Cleopatra.
We'll see. It's not official. What trio are you? What fucking trio are we talking about, man?
The directors, Zendaya and Timothy Chalamet.
That would be an interesting one. I wonder if they're like, we'll work with you again, but we need like a 2-year break from going back into the sand. We've been in the sand for the last 3 years. Can we just kind of like go home for a little bit?
Yeah. Man, I don't know. But I gotta say, dude, I'm buying all the stock on Timothy Chalamet. Is the stock high? Is the stock high right now? It's got to be pretty high.
It's a very solid investment. It's not like he's not like we got Wonka and Dune coming out. And depending how they both do, he might be up there, man. He might be getting some bucks.
Could he be like the next Leo? Man, he's got to. And I mean, it's a long time away. You know what I'm saying? But could he could he be like the guy that works just with the best directors?
Yeah.
What if he goes from working from Villeneuve, and then what if he goes to Christopher Nolan? Or throw me another younger badass director. You know what I'm saying? Like an O'Toole or somebody like that.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know. I don't know. But that would be pretty awesome. Like he's pretty damn good.
Yeah. Because every role that I've seen him in, remember that movie The King on Netflix?
Oh, that was the shit.
That medieval shit. Like he was good in that too. Like I buy it. Like Little Women, I bought it, bro. I was like, oh. So yeah, man, I got all the stock on him.
Between Dune, I really enjoyed it, but I think it was The King where my stock went like way up. I'm like, dude, this guy is like hitting all the right paces. I'm like, this is fucking this film is like way better than it should be.
Yeah,
he's like bringing everything. It's like, damn, this is good. This isn't like, yeah, it was cool. I think we watched that movie like 3 times, so we'll see what happens. That movie's awesome. But
yeah, man.
All right, let's keep this moving.
Next up, hey. Speaking of, he's also worked with Greta Gerwig already, so he's worked with amazing directors. Speaking of, Greta Gerwig is set to adapt Narnia, but she's going to try to cram a lot of books into one movie because it's a series of books, and she's going to try to pack a bunch into it because I think she's trying to get it done into like 2 movies.
We'll find out. I don't know. They always try to get clever, and then when they started going into production, they're like, oh, never mind. We're going to change it and make it work.
She's got a lot of clout right now, so
a ton of clout.
Gerwig don't miss. You like Lady Bird?
Yeah, I do.
Love Lady Bird.
It's good.
Little Women. Love Little Women. Haven't seen Barbie yet.
Me either. We're gonna be reviewing that one pretty soon.
Yeah. But, yeah, man. Well, anyways, we're looking forward to it. See what happens. She's got a lot of clout. Next up, we got.
This is the one we want to talk about.
Yeah, this is the one. Big. What do they call him? Big Dick Jim? Cameron.
I think you call him that.
He's got big dick energy, bro. Anyways, he's up there talking about like, come watch my old ass movie because I'm Big Dick Jim. Come watch The Abyss in the theaters. I put some things in there for you nerds. Come watch it. It's like you haven't seen it before. I'm like, what? I'm going, Mr. Cameron. I want to go see it. Anyways, The Abyss is coming back to theaters, and they supposedly enhanced it, added some things.
Remastered.
I'm sure that when he made the movie, all the things that were in his head he couldn't put in because the technology wasn't available to him. So now he can do whatever the fuck he wants. I'm sure he's gonna put some crazy alien shit in there.
I'm curious how much he changes, and I think it's gonna be a director's cut that he's doing too. So it's like the full on, like it's gonna be a little nuts. I love this film. Like this film,
I love The Abyss.
This film was like ridiculous to me. Like I remember watching as a kid, my younger self. Just like
we're kids, bro. We're like just 12, 13.
It's like about 12, 13. And I just my mind was just like, what is this? It was like it was hardcore, sci-fi, like on the edge of my seat. Like I never want to go onto like an oil rig underneath the water. When like nope, never. I never trusted Navy SEALs after that point. No more submarines.
Bro, that was crazy. Like, cause Michael Biehn for a while was like the guy, no, like my guy, because he was the Alien and then Terminator. He was my guy, and that was the first time. That was the first time you see him unhinged.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, somebody gave him some coke. He's on crack. He's, I'm like, damn, not my guy. My guy's a good guy. But
I like how his name was Coffee. I've never seen a character in another film really called Coffee. And that always blew me like, Coffee? You know what I mean? Like, just that messed me up. Hold up.
That's funny. I remember two things that I remember was like when Ed Harris is like, fucking bitch. And then somebody like, that's his wife. You're like, oh.
No, it was like, fucking hate that bitch. And the other woman leans in and says, yeah, probably shouldn't have married her.
Fucking hilarious. And the other thing is like, they're drowning people to breathe? Question mark. Like, I can't breathe. And like, and then they're breathing water. Was crazy.
Was like a nightmare to me. I still don't even like watching. I have to like look away a little bit because I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But
that shit was ahead of its time.
It didn't even do that well financially, I think.
Yeah.
But look where he is now. I think he's gonna be okay.
I think he's all right. Big Dick Jim's all right. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that, man. It's gonna be so fun. I'm gonna try to check it out in the theater. It's one of the
dude.
Like I gone to watch old Studio Ghibli movies in the theaters. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. And then this will probably be like one of the few times that I've gone to rewatch an old movie at its movie theater.
We watched Aliens in 70 millimeter one time. That was badass.
That's badass.
Yeah, hey, Aliens is playing in 70 millimeter. You want to go over there? Yes.
Damn,
and I felt bad because there's only like 20 people in the theater. I'm like, this place should be packed, but oh well.
Assholes.
Anyways, but I did try to go watch the 30th anniversary of Alien in San Diego during the Comic-Con, and it was free. And my ass got in line like an hour or two early, and I still didn't make the cutoff. Like it was packed. course, it didn't help that the entire cast was showing up to that too. So
game over, man.
Yeah. Anyways, this is cool. This means it's going to be released in 4K Blu-ray soon, and that means Aliens and I think True Lies are on their way as well. So that'll probably be next year. That would freak me out. I'm excited for that.
I wonder how True Lies is going to look. Because I know there's some stuff. There were some shots in there that were I don't know. But anyways, we'll see.
I love True Lies, so I don't care. Anyways.
All right. Moving on to what we watched.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Right. Great British Baking Show, episode numero 7. It's getting close.
She's getting real, son.
Yeah.
Quarterfinals.
I know.
All right. Set the timer as always, because we're just going to geek out real quick. Spoiler timer setting. All right, listeners, fast forward 4.5 minutes for spoilers, British Bake Off. Or you just fast forward because you don't want to hear me be wrong about something.
Yeah. Right. And if you want to hear Andres eat some shit, go ahead and listen to the spoilers.
All right, we're in spoilers here. All right. Yeah. How are you? How are you doing?
You know what's gonna happen. I mean, like the last episode, Saku, just got by the skin of her teeth, and this time, it was time. It was time. Can't have those expressions like, I love her expressions, man. She's like, ooh, I think she tasted something that didn't taste right, and she's like, she made a scrunchy face of her own shit. It was pretty fucking funny. So if she doesn't like her own stuff, then it wasn't going to be a fun evening.
Super bummed to see her go.
Yeah. What? Any highlights for you?
She needed to take off. Dude, the pack is separating. I'm trying to remember it because I watched it at this point. It was probably like 5 days ago. I watched it.
Yeah, telling me.
I think
this is not one of my favorite overall things.
I think the highest high of the average high baker is not that high. The average high score is not what it was like several seasons ago. So it's kind of like, I like all the people though. So it's like all I care about. I like the challenges, dessert week.
See, I don't like this week. I don't like when they do gelatins, and
I don't like the bomb thing. And I was like, this is all this show, and like it was weird because they did this thing that no one's gonna fucking eat, the meringue, and then they put like choux pastry on the inside. I was like, that's it? Like I would be, you know what I mean? Like get out of here. But Josh is the one who like he brought it, and I was like, dude, he's by far beyond the winner, and that was good because he gets it. I think he gets it.
Does he? Did he make the Swamp Thing fucking cake the other day?
That was Dan, the kid.
Oh, what did Josh do?
I don't know. But he won Star Baker that week too.
Oh, I thought he won. I thought Dan won it this week.
Wait, did he? Did Dan win this week? I think you're right. I'm wrong.
Hey, eat a big bowl of dicks. You just calling me? I am so offended. You calling me a dick when you're the dick.
Feeling good? Feeling strong?
Hey. Boom, 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 boom.
Like I said, it was like 5 days. I can't really remember at this point.
Wow. Yeah, I like it. I don't even care anymore. Just fucking.
He's wrong.
Yeah. Oh, I can't hear you. You got a bunch of stuff in your mouth.
All right. Any other highlights for this week?
Like I said, not my favorite desserts week. Not my favorite. Mm-hmm. So I didn't have a lot of like, ooh, I want to try that. Ooh, I want to eat that. So I'm all right. Excited for next week, quarterfinals. Tasha. What? I'm team Tasha.
Me too. I just like her overall because she's like chill and hasn't cried once. That's
yeah.
Her stuff is good when she's good. I think she's gonna make it to the top 3. I think it's gonna come down to who has a good day, the last whatever. I think that's all gonna come down to who has a good day. Like Christy.
Yeah.
That's all it kind of is at this point. And when they make flan, I think this week, like that was the weird. Like they call it flan. They call it something else, like cream custard. Like
custard,
that's just flan.
That's how they call it over there, bro. That's flan is Mexican.
No, I know, I get it, but it's the same shit. But and they all just like ate shit. I think on that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
no. It was the second one.
Dan did the best, but he undercooked it a little bit.
No, the second thing where no one made that stupid sponge thing and everyone
Oh
took it
yeah,
as all
yeah, yeah.
raw. They literally could not eat any of it. So at that point, like, whose fault is it? Is it their fault? Because they're all competent bakers, but none of them can do it. It's because that was a bad fucking
Challenge.
yes, bad. So I'm like, I hope they learn from that.
Anyways, moving on. Highly anticipated film by
Mr. David Fincher.
The Killer, starring Michael Fassbender.
Yes.
What'd you think?
It's a very different film, but overall, I was super, super dug it. I think I need to watch it again. I could see myself watching this like 3 times, easy. Your thoughts?
I think that's like a very high compliment. Like automatically thinking, do I like it enough to rewatch it? And the answer for me was yes. I do like it enough to rewatch it. And there's a couple of like, I was like watching it. I'm like, are they trying to be funny? Like,
I don't think
because
so. I
and
don't
a
know.
couple, I think they were.
There's a few things here and there.
Like he kept fucking up. I think that's funny. Like for instance, can we do spoilers or do you want to talk broadly first?
Let's get into some spoilers. All right, let's start in the spoiler. All right, folks, spoilers for The Killer. 8 minutes. Fast forward 8 minutes. Go watch the film. It's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Fire away your thoughts on The Killer.
Yeah, like there's funny things like him fucking up where remember he shot the guy with a nail gun and he's like, oh, I got 7 minutes, and like he just fucking dies and he says, oh shit. That was fucking funny.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
There was a few things. I laughed at least 3 or 4 times in the movie.
That's what I'm saying. They were being funny. So it was just that's what it was kind of like throwing me back a little bit. I'm like watching this because it's a very serious subject, whatever, it's a crime thriller drama, whatever. And I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers are trying to be funny. That's cool. I liked it. I like the cool, funny, I'm a fuck up, oh, you came into the wrong house. That motherfucker was big,
Dude.
And they kept feeding the pit bull the wrong, and like he fucked that up, he gave him the wrong amount. The pit bull woke up, So I found a lot of that stuff funny in a fucked up way. Because I'm like, how good is this guy at his job? This motherfucker keeps fucking up. And like it was so funny to the climactic when he finally gets to the end boss or like the guy that hired the other guys to kill him or whatever. And he's like, his question was like, do we have a problem? I thought that was hilarious too. I'm like, that's it? Do we have a problem? And then he's like, because I mean, it was cool. It was badass because like we know what he did to get there, but like that guy doesn't know what he did to get there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was badass on as viewing it as the viewer on, you know what I'm saying? But again, it's worth rewatching it just to catch more shit. I'm sure, when Fincher makes something, everything in there is intentional. So I'm sure there's a ton of shit layered in there where you're just going to keep catching things. I mean, the Smiths, that was pretty fucking cool.
So much music, like so much music.
Yeah, it was all the Smiths, but yeah, I liked it. And then it was weird because I was like, oh man, I hope it's not rough, because in the beginning of the movie, it was like 3 or 4 title cards, and then it just went into, I'm like, man, usually David Fincher like really has really cool beginning of films with his title cards and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I love these title cards, but they flew by. It's like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4. It was like really fast. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. What happened? And then like the first 20 minutes were a little bit of a chore, I think, just because they were trying to break it down and stuff. But I think once he fucks up again, right? And he's being paranoid, being chased. I think that the film was great after that.
This film was so like you said, intentional. Like every little piece of it was intentional. Every piece of dialogue was intentional. Every action was intentional. And I don't remember seeing a film where they how do I say this? You were both like it's a character piece and you're
Mm-hmm.
inside his mind like the entire time because he's just talking inner dialogue
Mm-hmm.
like every step of the way, and you get to see his every step of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Use this different ID to get on this plane, to go to this place, to rent this other car with a different ID, to go to this
Mm-hmm.
store, to buy a fucking nail gun and some trash
Mm-hmm.
cans. But he paid someone else to go get them for him because he didn't want to be caught
Mm-hmm.
on camera and cash. Rent the
Mm-hmm.
thing, drive over there. How do you break into this building? How do you walk in? How do you keep everything
Mm-hmm.
chill? How do you torture someone? How do you get the information? How do you fake this thing? How do you convince this thing? You know what I mean? Like it step by step by step by step, so intentional and so like so
Mm-hmm.
well executed, and it looked gorgeous for the most part. I'm like, damn, this is I don't recall a film quite like this. And it's like pretty damn cool how he just goes from A to B to C and you're just understanding the process. Like
Mm-hmm.
David Finch is like a master of like the process. And
Mm-hmm.
you're like, fuck. And then it gets to the end and I'm like, not quite sure where this is gonna go. And yeah. Do we have a problem? And he says, I'm gonna look him in the eye and see if we have a problem.
Yeah. And he
And he
lets him
does
go.
that. Yeah. Because he knows like he's never gonna fucking be a problem again.
Yeah. A couple of things too is like this film is the closest one of his films that reminds me of Fight Club because the narrator, he narrates so much.
And you don't
Like,
know his name.
yeah, you don't know his name, and that was another thing is that I heard somewhere else is that all the aliases were, I guess, TV character shows from the 70s.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, from before us, I guess. But and like he kept doing like he would narrate something and it would be like the opposite, you know what I'm saying? Like don't deviate from the plan.
Yeah.
Don't be soft. Don't be soft, you know what I'm saying? So but I think that's part of him like getting older in the game and like him fucking up a little bit, you know what
And
I'm
at the
saying?
very end, he breaks one of his rules. He has like a drink.
Yeah. Well,
No
he broke another
consequences.
girl. He was kind of sympathetic to the secretary. Remember, she's like, "I know what you can do. Please don't disappear me." And she leaves her right there in her own house so they can collect insurance or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like, another funny thing was like when he was in the monster's house, the big motherfucker's house, and he pulls out the fucking cheese grater.
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking funny too.
I was like, is he gonna use it on him? For a second, there's just grab his face and start. I was like, that's because he used everything. He was throwing picture frames and lamps, and dude, that fight scene was fucking dope. I was like, wow. And that dude was a monster.
Yeah,
it was.
When you text me, I was like, dude, there's this fight scene in there. I didn't want to tell you what it was, but I was like, because I mean, the film was pretty much over after that. You know what I'm saying? There was like one more thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, great. I enjoyed it. I definitely want to rewatch it again just to try to catch some more stuff.
The more I think about it, the more I like it too. I mean, I already liked it, but I'm like, just how intentional. Like, there's this one shot. I was like, this is what we're in for. He was just walking across the bridge, like when he was having to like leave his little perch when shit was going down. He was trying to act cool. He had his little escape plan, and you're watching every step of his escape plan. And he gets his motorcycle helmet and throws it into the river, which is such a tiny little detail. But for some reason, Fincher was like, there is a shot in the river of the fucking thing hitting and floating down, like completely unnecessary. But just seeing that and feeling it, you're more like the methodical nature of this character, and I guess maybe the thought process of all this shit. And you get to be experiencing it with him. It's like, fuck, we're in for a treat right here.
Yeah. Another thing that reminded me of Fight Club was the little Amazon air bubble things, the order of the fucking, the fob copier. I was like, like, he kind of borrowed this from there in a way, even though there was no Amazon back then, but you know what I'm saying? Like the dropping, like, let's order some shit from the catalog.
But that's pretty funny how they were showing, like, he just was like, I'm just going to break in this guy's place and I'm just going to order this $60 thing off Amazon. And I was like, oh shit. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Boy, yeah. Last words, The Killer.
Last words. Highly enjoyed it. Can't wait to rewatch it again and catch some stuff. And it was, I want to say it might be one of like his shorter films. I think it was like an hour and 49 minutes. Something maybe like that.
It was appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have cut the beginning a little bit
Yeah,
more, but I think that was part of. I think I'm curious
that
what
was
it feels like
intentional.
on the second viewing. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I
All
think that
right,
was intentional. Yeah.
I was a big fan. I'm excited to check it out again. All right,
Yep.
moving on, son.
All right. Next up, we got Netflix original animated anime, I guess. A Blue Eye Samurai, 8 episodes.
Yes,
All right.
you finished it, yeah.
Yeah, finish it.
All right, overall impressions, and then we'll go into some spoilers.
Yeah. Overall, I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of interesting decisions. It was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. There was there's a lot of cool action, a lot of cool storytelling, you know, ways they told the story and stuff. And um I was like, every episode I was kind of like, wow, that's cool. Like a bunch of surprises and stuff. Or I could never like pinpoint it where I'm like where it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? It was a little bit like, I don't know, because some of the stuff is it was set like in, samurai era Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And like some of this stuff was like more modern, like storytelling wise,
Mm-hmm.
or it felt more modern, like
Yeah.
like the love triangle or
Did you
this
ever
and
feel
that.
like it was like a Game of Thrones-y ish, some stuff in there?
Yeah, like a little bit like the storytelling
In a
aspect
good
and
way.
like
Yeah.
yeah. So I enjoyed it a lot, man. It was a great watch.
Cool. I'll start with saying I think this is going to end up being in my top 5 of the year shows.
Yeah.
And there's so much happening. I mean, we're getting into some spoilers, but the I was expecting like the trailer looked cool and like some really cool folks working on it. And I expected like a nice steakhouse, juicy burger. You know what I mean? Like it was going to be like a
Mm-hmm.
good juicy burger. And these motherfuckers delivered like a fucking ribeye. It was perfectly cooked steak. And I was like, what is
Mm-hmm.
happening here? I don't know if my expectations were a little low for some reason. I'm like, I don't watch a ton of anime and that whatnot, but I enjoy it when I do. And this is completely different. This is like the storytelling and the action choreography, which we can get into. The visuals and the animation, like the set designs, like the costume design, everything, and like the storytelling. I thought it was going to be a pure revenge story, and it grew. It was so much more than that. And I was like, God damn, this is not what I expected. This grew huge, and I just enjoyed the shit out of every episode. I think we finished the whole thing in like 2 or 3 sittings. And Christina was like, "Keep watching it." I'm like, we got to go to bed. Shut up, we're watching it. Put on the new one. Man, but yeah, it was just unexpected and fun, and so many layers of just interesting shit, and the story cannot predict. And I was like, this is just so cool. But so yeah, spoiler time, shall we? All right, listeners, fast forward about 9.5 minutes. We ramble about Blue Eye Samurai. It's pretty awesome. All right, spoil away. What do you want to say?
I mean, some of it was I don't know if it was confusing or like, because it took a long, like she wanted revenge, or Mizu.
Yes.
Mizu wanted revenge through the whole thing. And I'm like, they never really like to like the very end, like, oh yeah, this is why you want revenge. You know what I'm saying? Like it was unclear the whole time. Did you find that was clear?
No, that's pretty clear to me.
Why?
What do you mean why? Because I paid attention? That's why? Because she stated earlier on.
All right. Oh, so we're just gonna be assholes? I'm asking you a question.
Why did she want revenge?
Yes.
She was pissed off that her whole life she lived like as an outcast and in the jungle because of her like the eyes and because of her heritage, and she believed her mom was murdered by these folks too. And then so she as a child went off and tried to survive, and then she went into her sword master who she eventually found, and then she was just bent on revenge, which is not the most healthy thing, but she just hated these people and she blamed them for what happened. And she's like, fuck these guys. And I guess when she got badass with the knife or a sword, she's like, extra fuck these guys. I'm going to go kill them. What else do you need, son? What else do you need?
I mean, I was like, oh yeah, somebody gangbanged her or something, or something like that.
It's a different show.
Bro, what are you talking about? There's all kinds of fucking in the show. What are you talking about? It's a different show. That was another thing. Is like some of that stuff kind of took me out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, because it was like too much. I'm like, yeah, okay. They're fucking, I get it. Amon, I get it. But like, they were showing like gyrations and thrusts and, full on fucking. You know what I'm saying? So that was a little bit, I don't know. I mean, it was a
Did it feel
decision.
gratuitous to you?
Yeah. And, but, I don't watch a lot of anime either, but I definitely don't watch and like, anime like that one is like sex, like a lot of sex stuff, because it just makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
Me
I'm
too.
like,
I don't enjoy that on the screen. I think we might have fast forwarded through one of the scenes where like it's not really adding anything and it was kind of weird. What?
Fucking fast. One of my favorite shows. Let me fast forward through some of it. The fuck out of
It was
here.
just weird. It's kind of weird. Like you said.
You're so fucking full of shit.
You're gonna be all right?
I'm fine. I'm fucking fine.
Your face is turning red.
You are some crazy nut. This is my fucking favorite show of the year, I think. But let me fast forward some of it. Get the fuck out of here, bro. That's bullshit. But anyways, so yeah, like it was. I mean, your explanation was fine, but I'm like, damn, she really like on this murderous rampage because she has blue eyes. I'm like, because she was born.
Well, she wants her.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
she wants her revenge against society. She blames the white man against. You know what I'm saying, for being, and in a way, and I'm like the mom, being a heroin addict or an opium addict and all that stuff, and I'm like, bro, she's no saint. You know what I'm saying? She killed her husband. And like I don't know. It was some of the stuff was like, I guess the intentions or the motives, I'm like, weren't as clear as I would like for me for the story. Okay. But like all the action stuff was really cool. I love her little sidekick, and I love the sword master, and like every time he talked, he'd drop a knowledge on him, and I liked a lot of that stuff.
There was so much that was cool in this whole thing. Like
the animation,
every character was like defined, and you're like, oh, okay. Like, what is this person gonna? Oh, interesting. Where's this gonna go? Didn't go where I thought it was gonna go. Everyone, like, they all have their.
And
past.
I kind of like how it left the twist. I was surprised too, like the dad, Miko's, what was her name? The princess?
Yes. I don't remember exactly.
I think her name was Mako.
That's about right.
Yeah, so the princess, his dad was in on it. I like that twist. I like
dude, when she was walking over, when he was walking the other concubine or whatever over to the window, I was like, don't Braveheart her. Oh, she got fucking Bravehearted. Threw her out the fucking window. I was like, shit.
Yeah. No, you can kind of feel it. Oh, this motherfucker's gonna push her out the window. And there was that. And then I felt bad for the old man that raised Maiko, the princess, and was helping her escape.
Yeah.
And then, like, what do you think? So they set this up for season 2, and so the princess is set up to just turn bad, don't you think?
Yes.
She's gonna be an evil princess now.
You saw she's gonna have her. I just want to be with this poor samurai guy, and she got with this big jury, and she realized like the power that she could wield, just being a woman in society and how to control things, and this massive door opened to like turn that times 1,000, and then she's like, "Yep, I'm gonna do that." You know what I mean? She had the chance to get exactly what she wanted in the beginning, and she didn't choose it. She's like, I think I'm going to go for door number 2 now.
And do you think, does that guy know that Mizu's a girl?
I think deep down he might. I think I'm surprised they didn't really address it, but I'm super curious. Oh God, I hope they do a season 2. I want to see. If they don't, I hope they make it into a comic because I want to read it. I want to see what happens.
Yeah, because they definitely left that open, right? They made it where, the princess is going to go bad, and then the samurai guy, you can already tell that Mizu and the samurai guy have chemistry, and like, they can like, build a relationship or something. But man, it's curious. I mean, they definitely have to do a season 2. I mean, I hope Netflix approves it because we got to see with other white people, right? The other evil white man
hiding in London.
Yeah, like we don't know who we don't know which one the dad is. Some Maury Povich fucking show. He is not the father. We took a test and we're 98% sure that he is not the father. So yeah, we got to watch some Maury Povich season 2, bro.
3 things. The needle drop of the Kill Bill song. How did you feel about that?
That was dope.
Oh, you're like, okay, I thought that was a bit much for me. It kind of took me out.
Really?
Yeah, it was too on the nose. I'm like,
every time I hear anything from Kill Bill, I'm like, oh yeah, give it props, some flowers.
I thought it was a little too over the top, but almost took it out for a second. I'm like, you didn't need to. Like, I would have liked to have heard a couple notes from that song just to kind of like, oh, I see where we're at.
Yeah.
But anyways, that kind of bugged me a little bit. How did you like the needle drop of For Whom the Bell Tolls, the Metallica song? It opened up the episode, and I was like, what the fuck?
Bro, I was like, oh, my guy Andres is in heaven right now.
Dude, I freaked out.
That's the first thing I thought. I thought of you.
There was that and the Stranger Things, those two together. I'm like, what? Like, I really don't expect it. Like, that was nuts, and it totally worked. That whole episode was amazing. It was like, fuck. That was like the payoff from like the slower episode. Like, God damn. It was nuts.
And like, it was funny because they did a whole Fist of Legend thing too, where he was like dislocating, doing that kind of shit. I was like, oh, damn.
That whole scene, dude. And I saw a thing on like how they choreographed it all with actual like a stunt team and choreographers, and like they filmed themselves over and over practicing these sequences, and they edited it together, and the animators had that to work with. I'm like, that's why it looked so fucking good. I was like, this is so good. Oh, it looked so good. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the fights. Every fight scene was awesome. And traditional Japanese like samurai film, it was like cha 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 done, cha 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 done. It wasn't like this long drawn out thing. Like, every episode had like a unique fight sequence and like a different like place. Like she was in the mud for one of them. We're like, holy shit! And cliff thing. I'm like, holy shit! Like there's so much there.
And like they did the castle, kind of like the raid. You know what I'm saying?
Where it's like a
at the end, that shit was badass.
I was like, God damn, they put the work in. It's pretty much. I don't know what to say. I'm excited to rewatch it. I'll probably rewatch it in the next month or so because I was like,
you can watch it for the first time and not fucking fast forward through it. You fucker.
Touche, fucker. All right. Anything else?
I'm good, man. It's solid. I liked it a lot, and I really hope that we get to watch another season.
Me too.
I want to see what happens.
God, I hope so. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Next one.
All right, moving on. Loki season 2 finale finally ended.
Yeah.
I know you're watching it, right?
I'm still catching up. I'm like on episode 4-ish.
Yeah. So I gotta say, I'll just say that episode 5 was probably like the hiccup episode.
No, that's the one I'm on. I'm on 5 right now.
Yeah. So that was like the hiccup episode, and then number 6. And then you bring it in, and I liked it. I loved it. It
landed the plane for you.
It landed the plane for me. I'm satisfied. There was like some really cool. There was one scene that I really enjoyed a lot. That I was like, wow, this is cool. It felt heavy, like weight, instead of just like, oh, let's just go time to time or time period to time period or whatever. Or skip through the timeline. The performances were great, and I enjoyed it. And we'll see where they go from here, I guess. And
I'll probably catch up in the next week. Okay, we can talk about it next week.
Yeah. So Francisco approves.
Cool. Yeah, I was enjoying it. I think I was getting a little thrown off by like how many. Like the problem is the fucking multiple timelines. The solution is the multiple timelines. I'm like, okay, I guess I kind of, you know what I mean? It's like they kind of just pull shit out of their ass as a solution and a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, like it almost doesn't matter. Like there's a throwaway line in one of the episodes where they say like they just ruined this time branch. That's a billion people they just murdered. And it was like nothing. And I was like, and they just moved on.
We had zero connection to it, so we didn't give a fuck anyways.
Yeah, but it was like kind of weird. I'm like, what's the consequence? They're just killing billions, theoretically.
But to us, it's just a little line.
Yeah, so it's kind of... Exactly. I think it should have more weight. If you can kill a billion people and it doesn't matter, like, what do other things matter? So I just had a, I'm going to keep watching and we'll see what happens. And I'll stew on that more.
Yeah, you like to stew?
Anyways, moving on. Good?
Yeah.
All right. I'm excited to talk to you at some point about that.
All right. Moving on. New to the list. A couple of shows.
Dude,
A Murder at the End of the World on Hulu. Out now.
Yeah, it just dropped and it's getting great reviews.
Yeah, looks cool. Murder mystery. Bang, bang. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It looks really like nice looking, like pretty looking.
Oh, it's a murder mystery that we just started watching that we haven't gotten into. And I don't think I even told you about it. Is Bodies on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good so far. Pretty good.
You sure? That's not what I heard, but whatever. Your taste is what it is. All right.
Like I said, I'm a thinker. So there you go. Yeah. I enjoy it.
Thinker. I'm gonna leave that. Sometimes you give it to me too easy, bro. All right. Next up, Monarch. Yeah. Apple Plus.
Yeah. I think
tomorrow, Friday? The 17th.
Soon. Yeah.
Yeah, the 17th. Yep.
Looks awesome.
Yeah. Can't wait. I'm like, how is this a fucking show? Every time I see a trailer, I'm like, they're gonna cut this into like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I'm like, oh, that's gonna hurt. Godzilla's gonna come out and it's gonna be like, and then like next week, I'm like, motherfucker.
Go watch the movie. And with the new Godzilla movie, Godzilla -1 is getting fantastic reviews too, which is not related to this Godzilla show.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Which brings us to...
And to end things, we're going to do our world famous double feature this week. Since we have Murder Mystery on the Brain, aka A Murder at the End of the World, and The Killer, some murdering going on, we're going to do a murder mystery double feature. Bang, bang. All right. I'm going to go first because I'm the best.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go with Fargo, the film.
Okay. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah, A? What do you think, A?
It's
Who
funny.
Do you think did it,
when you watch that versus, I mean, the film's aged well, but I mean, I look at it differently because of the show now, especially season 1. Season 1 is so good. You're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
But
and more modern looking, right? Like it just looks nicer.
Yeah. And you have a lot more shootouts and all that crazy shit that goes along with it.
Yeah.
More money, more shootouts.
Yeah. Fucking Steve Buscemi in that is pretty good, though. I mean, everybody's really good in that.
Yeah.
The husbands.
Yeah. Coen Brothers doing their thing.
Yeah.
All right. Murder Mystery, my pick. I always want to say like, oh, Knives Out. So super easy, but that's too easy. All right. Okay. I got mine. And it's actually kind of something I almost mentioned last week, but it kind of shoehorns in this week. My murder mystery is Gone Girl.
Ooh, good job.
David Fincher. Ooh. That movie is so good. I probably watched it like 10 times. I remember watching it in the theaters and then leaving later. I'm like, just thinking about things. I've watched it like so many times. You catch these little things. You're like, again, with the process, like he shows all the little things. Cut this thing, go to this thing, go to this thing, buy a car here, go there. Do your blood, but not too much. Put it here, but not make it look this, like this, and like this. All inner monologuing. I'm like, oh shit. And the whole time we're like, what the fuck is happening? You're like, oh shit. Like for murder mysteries, like she's a proper villain. Oh man.
Definitely.
That film was so good.
I definitely opened up my my fan club for her that movie.
Rosamund Pike.
Yeah, Rosamund Pike. I'm like, oh man, do I like crazy chicks? That's what I'm like. Oh my goodness, is that my kink? Crazy chicks? So yeah, shout out to her.
is wild. She's English too, so she does such a great job.
Yeah.
As a crazy American, I'm gonna do this. I'm like, oh shit. But man, that movie is so good. When you walk through like what's happening, what's going on, and it goes back and forth, and it catches up. You're just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And then the shit it gets gnarly. There's so many gnarly parts in that film.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, Fargo and Gone Girl is our murder mystery double feature. Solid.
Dang, good job. Good job. All right, man. That's the end of the show, man. We wrapped it up, bro. We got it.
Long ass show. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Anything else you want to add before? You want to cry about something? You good?
But we'll talk soon.
All right. Well, that's our show. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Leave comments or recommendations. Are we missing something out there? I'm sure we are. Let us know. We'll watch it. I'm Francisco.
And I'm Andres.
Have a great week. 2 nerds, 1 pod. Vámonos. Let's go. Put it on the list.